Hey folks, I'm Jody White and I'm joined at Lake Eufaula, stop number 4 of the FLW Tour with Adrian Avena. Now Adrian, you're actually going back out after this. You're the most hardcore that there is. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, especially in these offshore events, you know, I mean, there's only so much time in a day. And when you really capitalize going out at night, I mean, swatting bugs on us or whatever.
Yep.
But, so I'm just looking forward to, I'm going to graph a lot, you know, and that's my whole objective in going back out after hours. And I mean, you can see the graph a lot better, you know, I'm running Lowrance units and you can just see a lot better. So I'm just going to go ahead and go back out and hopefully I can find a few more places to
Get
fish.
a couple more hours in of looking. All right, well, I hope you bring your bug spray, or at least there aren't bugs out on the off on the lake. But as far as how this tournament sets up, you did pretty well here last time. You fished, I guess, predominantly shallow. What do you think the deal is going to be this time around?
Yeah, I mean, I think the majority of the guys that cash checks in this tournament are going to be shallow guys, you know. But I just think in the same sense, though, your top 3, you know, out of that top 10 are going to be deep guys. So, I mean, my whole objective, I'm right there, you know, in striking distance of AOI, you know, and I mean, I just have to go out there and try and catch the biggest bag I can, and I think that's going to be offshore. But I'm going to keep that whole shallow thing into play just in case, you know. There's not a whole lot of fish being caught offshore. I mean, it's actually pretty tough. They haven't been pulling a whole lot of current. They pulled a little current today, but I'm just going to keep on looking, you know, just keep on trying to find one of those Randy Haynes schools, and hopefully I can catch a big bag the first day of the event.
All right. Now, the fish that are shallow, what are they doing? Do they live up there? Are they relating to the shad? Are they relating to something else? Because we know the offshore fish are post-spawn fish, but the shallow fish seem to be a bit more of a mystery.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, especially here in Eufaula, I mean, you can catch, historically, you can catch a big bag here year-round. You know, it doesn't really matter what time of year. Right now, we're kind of in that little transition where there are still fish, you know, moving out. And the shad spawn bite is starting to fiddle out because we've been getting some really, really mild temperatures. But those fish up shallow, you know, I mean, of course, you know, they're keying in on whatever shad they're still up there spawning. There's a little bit of a bluegill spawn going around, so there are some fish, you know, roaming around some bluegill beds. And then also, I mean, docks, you know, historically you can also catch fish on docks. So, I mean, there's just a lot of shallow water, a lot of shallow grass. But I mean, in the last few days, they've really dropped that water out. So I mean, that's really going to hurt that shallow bite, and hopefully, you know, that offshore bite's going to pick up as the week progresses.
Cool. Now, I guess this is maybe projecting too far in the future, but if the water was going to come up during the tournament, as opposed to keep dropping and keep moving fish offshore, what do you think happens then?
I just think, I mean, that shallow bite just gets stronger. You know, I mean, those fish, they get comfortable whenever they have a little bit of water over their head, you know. And I mean, I've even seen a few fish spawning today, you know. So, I mean, there's a little bit of everything going on. But the more water you have up there shallow, and another thing that's kind of working towards that shallow bite right now, and I think that's why the majority of the guys are going to cash checks shallow, is because that water's a little stained. You know, I mean, I'm fishing here down on the south end today. Today was actually my worst day of the last 2, but I think that water's a little bit more stained, so that shallow bite should be good.
Cool. Well, Adrian, I love hearing you say water. It's very New Jersey, and I want to wish you the best of luck tonight and then the rest of practice and into the tournament.
Thank you, Jay.